your job is probably going to disappear. And I'm not talking about some distant future, I'm talking about the next 18 months. While you're scrolling through LinkedIn feeling safe with your college degree and your years of experience, AI companies are training systems to replace you. And here's the part that's going to make you angry. The jobs everyone told you were bulletproof, those are the first ones getting automated. I'm talking doctors, lawyers, engineers, careers that cost 6 figures in student debt, and a decade of training. They're all at risk. But here's the twist. While those jobs are dying, brand new careers are exploding that pay double what you're making now, and most people have no idea they exist. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly which careers will thrive in the next 3 years and which ones are already dead. Category by category. No sugarcoating. By the end, you're going to know exactly where you stand and what you need to do right now to survive. So let's talk about it. Let's start with the brutal truth. Some jobs aren't dying, they're already gone. Customer service reps, data entry clerks, basic bookkeeping roles, those are toast. But AI companies are now targeting jobs that require years of training, and they're winning. Number 1 on the chopping block, junior paralegals. In September 2025, a major law firm in New York quietly replaced 40% of their paralegal team with an AI system that reviews contracts faster than any human ever could. The partners didn't announce it publicly because they knew the backlash would be brutal. Those paralegals had an average of 7 years experience. 7 years, they were outperformed by software that cost less than one junior associate's salary. Next up, entry-level graphic designers. In October 2025, Adobe released an update to their AI design suite that lets non-designers create professional-level branding in under 10 minutes. No Photoshop skills required, no design degree needed, just type what you want, tweak a few sliders, boom. You've got a logo, a color palette, and a full brand identity that looks like it came from a top agency. Third, basic accountants and bookkeepers. AI tools can now handle tax prep, bookkeeping, and financial reporting with near-perfect accuracy. The accountants who just crunch numbers, they're being phased out faster than anyone expected. And here's the one that surprises people. Junior software developers. In 2023, companies were hiring developers like crazy. Now, OpenAI's ChatGPT agent can write, debug, and deploy code faster than most junior developers. Companies are cutting junior dev roles and keeping only the senior engineers who can architect complex systems and make high-level decisions. Now, let's talk about the careers everyone assumes are bulletproof. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, architects, teachers. These are the careers parents push their kids toward because they seem untouchable, but that's changing fast. Medical specialists are first on this list. Radiologists were supposed to be replaced years ago, right? That didn't happen. But the role changed completely. AI now handles the grunt work of scanning images and flagging anomalies. Radiologists who can't work alongside these tools are struggling. The ones who embraced AI are thriving and making more money than ever. Demand for radiologists has actually gone up because AI can spot anomalies in scans, but it can't explain those findings to a terrified patient. It can't make the call on whether to recommend surgery or wait and monitor. That's human work. Hospitals realize they need both. Next, traditional teachers. Teaching as a profession isn't dying, but the model of standing in front of a classroom and lecturing for an hour, that's done. The future is personalized learning powered by AI tutors that adapt to each student's pace and style. Teachers who can facilitate that are thriving. Teachers who resist it are struggling. Third, mid-level lawyers. Document review, contract analysis, basic legal research, all of that's being automated. The lawyers who just execute tasks are being squeezed out. But the ones who can use AI tools to build complex strategies, they're becoming more valuable every day. And here's the uncomfortable one, architects and engineers. AI can now generate building designs, run structural calculations, and optimize layouts faster than humans. The architects who just draft plans are losing ground. The ones who understand human psychology, urban planning, and how spaces make people feel, they're untouchable. Enough doom. Let's talk about the opportunities, because while some jobs are disappearing, others are exploding. Number 1, AI trainers and oversight specialists. Companies are realizing that AI models don't just magically work, they need to be trained, fine-tuned, monitored, and corrected constantly. Jobs like machine learning operations specialists, model trainers, and bias auditors didn't exist 5 years ago. Now they're some of the fastest growing roles in tech, and they're not all coding jobs. A lot of them require domain expertise. If you're a nurse, you could become a healthcare AI trainer, teaching models how to interpret medical records correctly. If you're a lawyer, you could train legal AI systems to understand case law. The opportunities are everywhere if you know where to look. Second, AI-powered creative professionals. Musicians who use AI to generate backing tracks are creating things that would have been impossible before. Writers who use AI to research and outline are producing content at scales that weren't feasible 10 years ago. The key is collaboration. If you see AI as a tool, you win. If you see it as a threat, you lose. Third, human connection specialists, therapists, social workers, executive coaches, mentors. These jobs aren't going anywhere because AI can't replicate human empathy. A chatbot can give you advice, but it can't sit with you in silence when you're grieving. It can't read the room and adjust based on your body language. That's human territory, and it's staying that way. Fourth, AI ethics and policy advisors. As AI gets more powerful, companies and governments need people who understand both the technology and the ethical implications. These roles are brand new, and they're paying massive salaries. We're talking 200,000 plus for people who can navigate the intersection of tech, law, and ethics. And fifth, personalized service providers, personal trainers, nutritionists, life coaches, anyone who tailors their expertise to individual needs. AI can give generic advice, but it can't replace the accountability and personalization that comes from working with a real human who knows your story. Here's the pattern you need to understand. If your job is about execution, you're replaceable. If your job is about strategy, you're invaluable. Let me break this down with real examples. Execution versus strategy in marketing, running ads, posting on social media, basic analytics. That's execution. AI can do all of that. But understanding your audience's psychology, crafting a brand story that resonates emotionally, and making high-stakes decisions about campaign direction. That's strategy. That's where humans still dominate. Same thing with project management. Scheduling meetings, tracking deadlines, sending reminders. Execution. AI handles that easily now. But navigating team dynamics, resolving conflicts, and making judgment calls when things go sideways. That's strategy. That's irreplaceable. The skill that makes you bulletproof isn't technical, it's the ability to make decisions when the data is incomplete, the stakes are high, and there's no clear right answer. That's what AI struggles with, and that's what you need to master. Let's get practical. If you're in a job that's at risk, here's your action plan. Step 1. Figure out what part of your job AI can't do. For most people, that's the human element, the judgment calls, the relationship building, the creative problem solving. Whatever that is for you, double down on it. Make yourself indispensable in that area. Step 2. Learn how to work with AI, not against it. You don't need to become a coder. You just need to understand how these tools work and how to use them to amplify your strengths. If you're a marketer, learn how to use AI for data analysis and campaign optimization. If you're a project manager, learn how AI can automate scheduling and resource allocation so you can focus on leadership. The people who master this collaboration are going to run laps around everyone else. Step 3. Diversify your skills. The job you have today might not exist in 5 years, but if you've built skills in adaptability, communication, and strategic thinking, you'll be fine. Start treating your career like a portfolio. If you're a teacher, maybe you also consult on curriculum design. If you're an accountant, maybe you also advise startups on financial planning. Multiple income streams, multiple skill sets. That's the future. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. According to a report from McKinsey published in August 2025, roughly 12 million workers in the United States alone will need to switch occupations by 2028. That's not a prediction. That's already happening. But here's what the report doesn't tell you. The majority of those displaced workers won't end up unemployed. They'll end up in roles that didn't exist 3 years ago. The question isn't whether jobs will disappear. The question is whether you'll be ready to jump to the new ones when they show up. And here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. What if AI does take most jobs? What if we end up in a world where only a fraction of people need to work? Some economists think that could be the best thing that ever happened to humanity. Imagine a world where basic needs are covered by AI-driven automation. Food, housing, healthcare, all handled efficiently and cheaply. In that world, people would be free to pursue what matters to them: art, community, learning, exploration. Instead of spending 40 hours a week doing work they hate just to survive, people could spend that time on things that bring them joy. Sounds like a utopia, right? But here's the problem. We're not set up for that world yet. Our entire economy is built on the idea that you trade your time for money and then use that money to survive. If that system breaks down, we need something to replace it. And right now, we don't have that. Some people are talking about universal basic income. Others are talking about new social contracts. But the truth is, nobody knows what the solution looks like yet. And that uncertainty is what makes this moment so scary and so exciting at the same time. So where does that leave you? If you're watching this, you're already ahead of most people, because you're paying attention, you're asking the right questions, and that's the first step. The second step is action. Don't wait for your industry to collapse before you start adapting. Start now. Invest in skills that AI can't replicate. Build relationships that matter. Stay curious. Because the people who thrive in the next decade won't be the ones with the most experience or the fanciest degrees. They'll be the ones who can learn fast, adapt quickly, and see opportunities where others see only threats. Drop a comment below and tell me what industry you're in and whether you think your job is safe. I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts, and if you found this useful, hit that subscribe button, because in the next video, we're diving into something even bigger. The AI tools that are secretly being used by Fortune 500 companies right now that most people have never even heard of. Tools that could give you an unfair advantage if you know how to use them. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.